What is up, guys? Hope you're doing well out there. Today I'm coming to you from my balcony. This is the quarantine edition. It's April 2020, which means we're at the height of the coronavirus situation. And yes, I'm spending most of my time here on the balcony. Luckily, we have amazing weather these days, so I can spend a lot of time here out there getting tanned while doing some work. And I just wanted to give you a glimpse of like what I'm doing these days. As you can see, I'm overlooking the Oktoberfest region here in Munich, Germany. So what am I doing these days? I'm reading a lot. This is one of my favorite books, Born to Run, which is basically about a tribe in Mexico that runs all day, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, I run like 5 times a week these days, trying to increase my mileage. So I was always running about 50K per week. This week is my second week where I'm running 55K. And next week I'm planning to go up to 60K and just see how it goes, I guess. Also, I'm really working on my video editing skills and I just want to step it up a notch. So the past week I've been working on a new intro for the channel. Maybe we should roll it now and let me know what you guys think. So that was the new intro. Hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know down in the comments if there was a cool intro or if I should keep on working. By the way, what am I wearing? This is Satisfied Running shirt, right? I've reviewed this before. This is a new hat from Satisfied Running as well. Pretty dope, which I will review soon, right? When I'm doing the Satisfied Running video. Also today I've purchased Nike Vaporfly Next%. Pretty stoked. I haven't received them yet. I bought them on Grailed, got a pretty good deal, which is awesome. But I'm really looking forward to running in those. And I don't know who it was exactly, but somebody in the comment section asked me if that would be a cool shoe to just wear casually, right? And I absolutely agree, right? I bought the pink ones and I will wear them casually, but I'll also use them for races and see if they really make you 4% faster. But yeah, pretty stoked about that. And other than that, in terms of purchases, I'm waiting on a couple of Greg Lauren pieces that I've honestly bought like months ago. They've been stuck somewhere. I mean, it's kind of a crazy situation these days, right? So, and especially international shipping, like all that stuff that I ordered came from the US. So international shipping is quite weird these days. But anyway, guys, I'm rambling. Let's go for a run now. Beautiful weather outside. So let's go. Crazy empty streets in Munich. Perfect conditions to run though. Beautiful weather as well. Run is done. 14K, just beautiful weather, 5:30 pace, which is quite steady. quite easy pace. And yeah, beautiful run. So let's take a shower and then talk about how I afford luxury or high-priced fashion items. So let's go. All right, so what I want to talk about today is how you can afford luxury or high-ticket items, or basically how I afford those high-priced items. And to me, it starts right in the beginning, right? How you define clothing and like what purpose the clothing has for you and how you treat it as well. It sounds kind of confusing. What I mean by that is, if you buy a piece of clothing, is that something that you will use to death, right? That you will destroy? Or is that something that you'll take care of and keep for a long time, maybe resell it, etc.? And that's the first question that you have to ask yourself. And to me, the defining question, because in the end, it doesn't really matter how much one piece of clothing costs, as long as it retains the value, right? So let's say you spend 100 euros on a pair of pants, and then you wear it on a regular basis, and after 1 year it's trash, right? So you basically lost 100 euros. But let's say you buy a pair of pants for 1,000 euros, and you wear it over a year, but you wear it carefully, and the condition is basically the same, unchanged after a year. And then most likely you can resell it for, let's say, 1,000 again, right? So you haven't lost a single euro or a single dollar. And that, in that case, right, you spend 1,000 euros or $1,000 on pants, but you've lost less money than if you bought a pair of pants for 100 euros. So that's kind of the philosophy I think that lots of people have that buy high ticket items, especially in the avant-garde scene, like the artisanal brands. Value retention or resale value is often, it's a word, to be honest, I hate, right? I know like lots of people who say, yeah, I want to buy deep, but the resale value is so bad, so I won't buy it. I'd rather buy CCP or whatever, right? And that annoys me because I want people to be like passionate about fashion and to buy stuff that they love and not because of the resale value. But I get it, right? If you spend like 2,000 euros on something, you obviously want something in return and you want to be able to sell it down the line. So that's basically my answer and how I have been doing it for years, right? I buy smart, then I use it carefully. And if I don't like it anymore, I sell it. And I rarely use money. So over the years, I would say I've on average gotten the same amount back that I paid, which means I get to wear all my clothing for free, which is awesome. But you shouldn't destroy the piece, obviously, right? I'm a careful person anyway, so I treat all my objects very carefully. My phones always look like new, and it's just in my nature. So that's probably the question that you have to ask yourself first, like, are you like one of those power users, right, who like destroy everything they have? Or are you more on the careful side? For me personally, that has gotten to a point that I'm reluctant to buy cheaper stuff because I know I won't be able to sell it and I'm gonna lose money, right? And the feeling sucks to just blow money away, to lose it. And I haven't had that feeling in a while because I always buy more expensive stuff, but then I'm not losing any money. So to me, how I look at it is you have cash in your bank account versus you have cash, right, in the form of clothing in your closet. And that's the same thing, right? You can liquidate it pretty quickly these days, right? eBay, Grailed, whatever. So to me, it's the same as having cash. You just have to buy smart, right? That's probably one of the most important points is buy smart, know the prices, do your research. On Grailed, the price comparison feature is pretty awesome in my opinion. You can check for how much listings have sold previously, so you can really get a good understanding on how well the items are priced. And then you shoot your offer carefully. Obviously, like you won't have 100% success rate, right? But after a while, you really get to understand like prices and conditions and stuff like that. And yeah, it really works out for me, and I hope it works out for you as well. Now, this principle obviously works on all price segments, right? It doesn't have to be pants for 1,000 euros. You don't have to buy CCP. You don't have to buy acronym or whatever. That can also work on lower levels. Obviously not on the lowest level, right? If you buy H&M stuff, that probably won't work. But if you're like on the middle ground, let's say you're a student just starting out, don't have much money, what I would do is I would set a goal to save money, right? Let's say 1,000 euros, right? So you're basically saving, doesn't matter how long it takes, you save 1,000 euros and then you buy used, right? I suggest Grailed or eBay. Do your research, right? Know which brands have good resale value, and then you find pieces that are well priced, you buy them, you take care of them, and so you can slowly build your wardrobe up and up and up. Another option is obviously to buy low and sell high and make money in the process, right? But that's not really my philosophy. I know there are lots of people like sneaker reselling, for example, right? But that's not my cup of tea. I'm not in the business to make money, right? I just don't want to lose money. And with those large grail fields these days, it's really hard to make money. Everybody can limit their losses. If you want to try that, that would be my suggestion. Define an amount that you're comfortable with, and then buy smart and slowly build up your wardrobe over time. And those like really good brands, they won't lose their value over time. They'd rather gain value, right? If you look at the CCP, for example, like 2 years ago, everything was cheaper basically, right? If you bought used drip sneakers, if you bought used Tornadoes or whatever, everything was cheaper because those really high quality brands, they will gain in value over time. And if you take care of your stuff, the price for those items will gain value as well. Another concept I wanted to talk about, and that was really inspired by Barry Boy, I think is his name on Instagram. Cool guy, check out his Instagram, big CCP head. And he mentioned that he has like his philosophy is basically, if he buys a new pair of shoes, for example, he has to sell one, right? So one in, one out. And that is a pretty interesting philosophy in my opinion, and something I really want to do as well. I still haven't figured out like how to do it. Let me know down in the comments like if you do that and how it works for you and like what the principles are. So I could see like two approaches. One would be like value or money wise, right? So you have like a threshold of X amount of euros or dollars and say, okay, if I buy new stuff and I only want the value of my clothing to be X amount, you have to sell something to still be at the value point. Or you could say number of pieces, right? So you could say, I don't know, 10 pairs of shoes, 5 pairs of pants, 2 jackets, or whatever, you know what I mean? So those would probably be the two options I see. And it's definitely an interesting concept that I really want to try. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if you do anything similar, right? And the third concept I quickly wanted to touch on is how much you basically pay for one wear, right? That's also something that's really interesting to me. So let's say you buy H&M pants, right, for 20 bucks and you wear them 10 times and then they break, right? So you have basically 20 euros divided by 10 wears, which makes it 2 euros per wear. And on the higher ticket item side, it would probably be more like purchase price minus resale price divided through number of wears. So let's look at an example. Let's say you buy drip sneakers used, right? CCP drip sneakers, you buy them, let's say for 1K. You buy them for 1,000 euros. You wear them over a year, let's say 100 times, and then you sell them for 900 bucks. So you lost 100 bucks and you've worn them 100 times, right? So it's 1 euro per wear. So that's definitely, I don't think there's a right or wrong, right? But that's a cool concept that you probably should think about, and that puts stuff into perspective, right? And suddenly it's not so insane to buy a pair of shoes for 1,000 euros, in my opinion at least. But yeah, let me know down in the comments, is that a concept that makes sense, or am I just trying to justify my high ticket items that I'm buying, right? It's not easy to spend so much money on something. You probably have to justify it. And as I'm editing this is, by the way, the workstation, the temporary workstation during the corona crisis that we have here, the work from home station basically. Anyway, I just wanted to add one more thing. This whole concept only works, right, if you're willing to resell the item after you wear it, right, after a year or whatever. And I have a couple of pieces in my collection that I really want to wear to death, right? Want to see who dies first, me or the item. Like my CCP boots, for example, those are one of the things I never want to sell, but you have to keep that in mind as well, right? Because let's say you spend 2K on those boots and you're never going to sell them, you lost 2K. Right? So that concept that you always have to keep in mind, that the possession is not forever, which in my opinion is a good thing. Like those are just materialistic things, right? Who cares? At the end of the day, it's about experiences in life, not about possessions. I personally like to think about the pieces like I'm borrowing them, right, for a couple of months or years even, and then I'm letting them go again, and not to be too attached to physical items, in my opinion, is a good thing. But yeah, just my 2 cents. Anyway, I'm currently revamping the Skinosh website. I thought this is a good timing to do like a proper online shop. I've done a couple of new bags, which are pretty banger pieces in my opinion. So in the last weeks, I focused on like a couple of women's bags. The Wings bag is probably the shape that is most prominent in my collection. I've made the bag out of like different materials, like leather lined with Danima, Tyvek, stuff like that. So pretty experimental approaches, cool artist versions and stuff. The last week I was in the studio taking pictures and like photoshopping and all that kind of stuff. So that is done now. So I'm currently redoing the website. I think it's gonna be a banger website. Pretty minimalistic, have a good and modern web shop though. But yeah, it's quite a lot of effort to be honest. But I guess we have the time during the Corona crisis, right? Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Is that a cool format? This kind of vlog-ish kind of style? I don't know. Let me know what you think, if that's a cool format or if it's a waste of time and energy. But yes, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.